Hey guys, what's up? It's Ashlyn here. It is a new day, so it is a new outfit. I am currently drinking some vanilla protein from the Naked. That's where it's from. Anyway, I did this thing. I was talking to my mom on the phone today, and I decided to try something out. So I asked my mom to give me a theme for November. So you know it's going to be my November TBR. So be prepared because I'm being kind of ambitious for November because I've been pretty ambitious with my reading the last few months. So with that being said, give me 1 second. Okay, so for a theme, my mom gave me forgiveness, luck, dinner, thank, healing, or family. Basically anything dealing with Thanksgiving, being thankful for things, or, getting over something. I don't know what my cat's doing, sorry. And the colors are supposed to be neutrals, so that's pretty much what I went with for the most part. A couple of them don't meet the neutral, but they do meet the theme, which is most important. And she said about 7 books. It took me a little bit, but after going through all of my shelves, all of my books, reading synopses of them and things like that, I came up with a few. So we will get into that. Let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, the first book I have is Life as We Knew It. It is basically an anthology of different essays and things like that. Now, this doesn't make a lot of sense until I read the synopsis on the back. The nuclear family peaked in 1960 with 45% of the American population. Many decades later, the tidy ensemble is rare. Relationships, baby-making, sex, dating, divorce, they aren't what they used to be. But the mainstream media keeps the reality of American life a secret, only leaking the occasional tidbit to remind us that those in unconventional configurations are a sad anomaly to be pitted or ignored. Life as We Know It offers proof in its most engaging form, the personal essay that the big guys have got it wrong. This collection of blunt, lyrical, and often very funny work from an award-winning Salon.com tells the true stories about how we live, of hustling, fertility, drugs, losing a child, hating dad, and coming to terms with a parent who was the voice of Frosty the Snowman on TV. First writers and critically acclaimed authors like Amy Bloom, Catherine Harrison, Susan Strait, and Benjamin Cheever plumbed the familiar to deliver portraits of moments, seasons, and eras that we recognize or long to understand. So basically what this is a bunch of books about, family issues. Okay, a lot of it is generally based around family issues. So I felt like that goes with my mom's theme of family, so I added it to my TBR for November. All right. Next, I have Luck, and this one is a little different. It doesn't exactly match, but it has the word in it, luck or lucky. So I have Getting Lucky by Carolyn Brown. So basically, I don't know. One school teacher who won't let anyone push her around, one stubborn cowboy who's more than willing to cross horns. After being the center of nasty gossip in her last hometown, all Julie Donovan once in St. Joe, Texas, is a quiet, uneventful life for her and her daughter, Annie. But when a sexy cowboy walks into her classroom with a daughter who looks like Annie's twin, suddenly the whole town is looking for explanations. Ooh, boy. Devoted single dad Griffin will do anything to protect his own, and no sassy redhead is going to get in his way. When he thinks Julie is scheming to steal his ranch out from under him to benefit her own daughter, sparks really begin to fly. Julie and Griffin can't seem to cross paths without a scuffle, but when the dust settles, these two Texas hotheads may realize they've actually found something worth fighting for. Okay, so I was wrong. This is not about sex. This is actually about finding a long-lost father or something like that, which is luck. She just moved there with her daughter, planted her roots, and he lives there, and, they meet. So pretty cool, right? Okay, next. We got Emma's Journal by Ed Rowell. This one deals with during her long and rich life, Emma Estes had a powerful impact on the lives of countless people, from the neighborhood's latchkey kids to the community of elderly women who all consider themselves her best friend. It seems the only people Emma could not reach were those in her own family. After Emma's death, however, something strange happens. Her personal living on purpose journal mysteriously disappears. As the search for it unfolds, Emma's life continues to have a dramatic, unexpected, miraculously healing influence, there's that word healing, on those she loves most, as well as those she has never met, including her, every time, henpecked son Stuart, her tormented daughter Judy, her emotionally fragile granddaughter Ashley, and broken-hearted widower Ben Schaffner and his young daughter Sunshine. A story of hope, inspiration, and real-life encouragement, Emma's journal offers comforting assurance that a life lived in faith truly can make a difference. Okay, so this deals with healing and things like that, so that works. Perfect. Next, this one was a little bit of a stretch. It's called All Your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban, and I believe this is my signed copy. Yes, this is my signed copy. This one says, welcome to dinner, and again, congratulations on being selected. Now you must do the selecting. So this deals with the dinner, so that works out for, dinner. What do the Queen Bee, star athlete, valedictorian, stoner, loner, and music geek all have in common? They were all invited to a scholarship dinner. See? Only to discover it's a trap. Someone has locked them into a room with a bomb, a syringe filled with poison, and a note saying they have an hour to pick someone to die or else everyone dies. Amber Prescott is determined to get her classmates and herself out of the room alive, but that might be easier said than done. No one knows how they are all connected or who would want them dead. As they retrace the events of the past year that might have caused someone to do this, it becomes clear that everyone is hiding something. With the clock ticking down, confusion turns into fear, and fear morphs into panic as they race to answer the biggest question. Who will they choose to die? So, this one sounds really good. It is one of my signed copies. It would have worked for December, but that's okay. Next, I have a Michelle Knight, Finding Healing and Happiness After the Cleveland Kidnappings, Life After Darkness, now known as Lily Rose Lee. Michelle Knight, now known as Lily Rose Lee, captured the world's attention in May 2013 when she and two fellow kidnapping victims were found and freed after being held for more than a decade by notorious Cleveland kidnapper Ariel Castro. But many people are still asking, what happened after her escape? How do you enter society after years of abuse and isolation? How do you get past the trauma and live a happy and joy-filled life? How do you learn to trust again? In Life After Darkness, published on the 5th anniversary of her liberation, Lily describes how she managed to heal the wounds, to her body, mind, and soul, wounds she reveals that were first inflicted even before her kidnapping. With the help of good friends and anchored by her own inner strength, she takes us with her step by step on her journey out of darkness into the light. She changes her name, she finds her life's work in raising her voice on behalf of women and children everywhere. She finds her true home, and she finds love. An inspiring story, and for anyone who has dared to hope after suffering, a guidebook to finding new purpose for a meaningful life. So I have this one. I actually got this from the dollar store. It really, irritated me that it was at the dollar store, but at the same time, kind of glad it was at the dollar store because now it's on my shelves. Alright, next, this one was a stretch too, but because it has family in the title, I picked it. This is definitely not, a happy, feely book, but this is called The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. This is my Book of the Month edition. It says, soon after her 25th birthday, Libby Jones returns home from work to find the letter she's been waiting for her entire life. She rips it open with one driving thought: I am finally going to know who I am. She learns not only the identity of her parents, but also that she is the sole inheritor of their abandoned mansion on the banks of the Thames in London's fashionable Chelsea neighborhood. The home, even in its dilapidated state, is worth millions. Everything in Libby's life is about to change. What she doesn't know is that others have been waiting for this day as well, and although they've been in hiding, they are now heading her way. Nearly 25 years ago, police were called to 16 Shine Walk with reports of a baby crying. When they arrived, they found a healthy 10-month-old safe and sound in the upstairs bedroom. In the kitchen, 3 dead bodies, all dressed in black, were seemingly posed next to a hastily scrawled note. The 4 other children reported to live at Shane Walk were gone. In The Family Upstairs, the best-selling author of Then She Was Gone delivers a powerful and propulsive story of 2 families living in a house with the darkest of secrets. Okay, so there's that one. Next, we have The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapena. Everybody knows Shari Lapena. She just released Not a Happy Family. And that one's actually probably going to be going on my TBR as well because it has the word family in it. I did read a sample of it, the first 4 chapters. It was fantastic. I wanted to keep reading, but I couldn't. So, How well do you know the couple next door or your husband or even yourself? People are capable of almost anything. A twisty roller coaster ride of lies, betrayal, and the secrets between husbands and wives. How far would you go if pushed past your limit? Anne and Marco Conti seem to have it all, a loving relationship, a wonderful home, and their beautiful baby Cora. But one hot summer night, they are invited to a dinner party. There you go. Next door, and a terrible crime is committed. Suspicion immediately focused on the parents, but the truth is a much more complicated story. Inside the Countess curtained house, an unsettling account of what actually happened unfolds. Detective Rasbach knows that the panicked couple is hiding something. Both Anne and Marco seem discovered that the other is keeping secrets they've kept for years. What follows is a nerve-wracking unraveling of a family. There you go. A chilling tale of deception, duplicity, and unfaithfulness that will keep you breathless until the final shocking twist. So, The Couple Next Door. And when I looked up November reads, that was actually one that popped up. So, that was pretty cool. And the very last one I have is The Dinner List by Rebecca Searle. And this says, we've been waiting for an hour. That's what Audrey says. She states it with a little bit of an edge. Her words just bordering on cursive. That's the thing, I think, first. Not Audrey Hepburn is at my birthday dinner, but Audrey Hepburn is annoyed. At one point or another, we've all been asked to name 5 people living or dead with whom we'd like to have dinner. Why do we choose the people we do? And what if that dinner was to actually happen? These are the questions Sabrina Nielsen contends with in Rebecca Searle's utterly captivating novel, The Dinner List, a story imbued with the same delightful magical realism as One Day and the life-changing romance of Me Before You. When Sabrina arrives at her 13th birthday dinner, she finds at the table not just her best friend, but also 3 significant people from her past, and Audrey Hepburn. As the appetizers are served, wine poured, and dinner table conversation begins, it becomes clear that there's a reason these 6 people have been gathered together. Delicious but never indulgent, sweet with just the right amount of bitter, The Dinner List is a romance for our times. So that sounds really cool, and it's got the word dinner in it, so it matches. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 books. Okay. 8 stinking books. So anyway, that is that. I did, however, add on there, I'm going to be doing The Nest by Cynthia d'Aprix. I don't know, it's something about another family situation, so I'm going to go ahead and add that one on as well. And then Not a Happy Family, I'm going to add on also by Shari Lapena. Pretty sure. So that's 10 books right there just for that prompt. All right. Now, the funny thing is I don't know where I got this list from, but I found this list the other day, and this is the buzz-word-a-thon 2021. And the November one is Lost. Okay. So with that being said, I found a couple books that have lost in the title or in the synopsis or deal with being lost in some sort of way. First one I have, which is super strange to me. I really had to read this because I was like, I don't think so, but we can always check because I didn't think a lot of those were going to be lost, but they were. We got Midnight Sun by Kat Martin. It says, Over My Dead Body. Cal Hawkins just wants to be left alone and leave the past where it belongs. The bleak beauty of Dead Horse Creek is a perfect place to get away from the world, a place where nothing exists to remind him of everything he's lost. See? He's lost. His isolation is complete until Charity Sinclair rides fresh from New York City. Stunningly beautiful and stubbornly independent, she's also shamefully ignorant of the untamed wilderness and the very real dangers she'll face if Cal doesn't teach her a thing or two. But even with Cal's grudging help, Charity's dream of life in the Yukon may have led her into something much more savage than the forest. It's got a forest in it too, so there we go. A menace as endless as the long days that run together without darkness, and a killer who won't let anything come between him and perfect, deadly vengeance. This is a thriller also, so it's another book to add. Next, I got The Beautiful Lost, has the word lost in it, by Louanne Rice. It says, here are 3 things to know about Maya. 1. Ever since her mother left, Maya struggled with depression, which once got so bad she had to go to an institution for a while. She doesn't want to go back. 2. Maya's sure that if she finds her mother, if the 2 of them can talk about whale songs and constellations, then everything will be okay again. And 3, she's in love with Billy, the handsome brooding boy who lives in the group home in town. He doesn't seem to know that Maya exists until now. When Maya sets off on a road trip in search of her mom, Billy unexpectedly comes along. They drive up the East Coast, stopping along the way for lobster rolls and lighthouses. Maya learns that Billy has dark secrets of his own and wants to outrun his past too, but what will the future hold if they reach their destination? So that sounds really interesting, actually. So it's really weird. It's called The Beautiful Lost, but one girl, one boy, one road trip will reveal everything. It's not a lie. Like, a lot of road trips reveal a lot about people. Alright, next, this one's a little bit of a stretch, but this is Unashamed by Lecrae. He was lost and then he found God, basically, is how I put it together to make it lost. Two-time Grammy-winning rap artist Lecrae learned the lesson: if you live for people's acceptance, you'll die from their rejection. Go through more than his share of adversity: childhood abuse, drugs, and alcoholism, a stint in rehab, an abortion, and an unsuccessful suicide attempt. Along the way, Lecrae attained an unwavering faith in Jesus and began looking to God for affirmation. Now, as a chart-topping industry anomaly, he has learned to ignore the haters and make peace with his craft. The rap artist holds nothing back as he divulges the most sensitive details of his life, answers his critics, shares intimate handwritten journal entries, and powerfully models how to be a Christian in a secular age. This is a story of one man's journey to faith and freedom. So basically, he was lost and then he found faith. And the last one I have for Lost, for the buzz-word-a-thon Lost, is Lost by James Patterson. Go figure, right? Every time. So it says, Miami just got a lot more dangerous, especially from one innocent young woman running for her life. The city of Miami is Detective Tom Moon's backyard. He's always kept it local, attending the University of Miami on a football scholarship, and as a Miami PD officer, protecting the city's most vulnerable. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Now, as a new leader of an FBI task force called Operation Guardian, he is combating international crime. Moon's investigative team discovers that the opportunistic blood brothers, Russian nationals Roman and Emil Rostov, have evaded authorities while building a vast, powerful, and deadly crime syndicate throughout Europe and metropolitan Miami. Moon played offense for UN, but he's on the other side of the field this time, and as the Rostovs zero in on a target dear to Tom, they're not playing by anyone's rules. So that goes with the buzz-word-a-thon for sure. Okay, and then next I just decided, I was like, I want books that deal with, like, fall vibes. Okay, so I found a couple. Just a couple. I mean, just a couple. Not very many at all. Just a couple. Gotta move you guys over. That makes more room. just a couple. Like I said, this is a very, very ambitious TBR. I do, however, think I am capable of it. So I looked up fall vibes. We'll get to that in a second. I looked at my bookshelves for books like with fall vibes, like scarecrows, leaves, trees without leaves on them, that kind of thing going on, right? Matter Days by Amber Kizer. Okay. On day 56 of the Bluster pandemic, 16-year-old Nadia's mother dies, leaving Nadia to fend for herself and her younger brother, Rabbit. Their uncle, being a disease specialist for the military, sneaks them shots to protect them from the weaponized virus, but he can't protect them from what comes next. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. So, these siblings have almost nothing in common except lessons taught by their father to be the cockroach, to adapt and survive whatever comes their way, and that's their mission. Now they must pack up as much as their car will hold and make their way from Seattle to their grandfather's survivalist compound in West Virginia. Their journey into the unknown tests them at every turn. Using practical survival techniques and common sense to face a lawless world of destruction and deprivation, Nadia and Rabbit make their way east. They are alone until they stumble upon an injured dog and a street-smart kid from Los Angeles. Life on the road means dealing with illness, fatigue, and hunger. It will all be worth it once they reach the compound and find their grandfather and Uncle Bean, right? But what if no one is waiting for them? The suspenseful survival story takes readers to a not-too-distant future where a pandemic kills most of humanity and a new reality begins in just a matter of days. And what's really creepy about this is this was written in 2013. So, alright, next I have this one, and if you watch any of my thrifting videos, you would see that I just thrifted this not too long ago. This does give me some vibes, though. It deals with a hayride, and it's got a scarecrow on it. It does say haunted, but, you know, haunted doesn't always have to be assembled with Halloween or October, so technically it's a fall feel. Oof. I mean, it does deal with Halloween and trick-or-treating, because it says trick-or-treating just got a whole lot deadlier. Erica Bloom is loving everything about autumn this year in Otter Lake, New Hampshire, changing leaves, apple cider, cozy sweaters, and the warm and fuzzy relationship that's heating up between her and Sheriff Grady Forrester. But when some local teens out to find some Halloween thrills come across a boot with a dead man's foot bones still inside it, a chilling new reality comes into play. Everyone in Otter Lake knows about the age-old witch who haunts the apple orchard bordering the White Mountains. So when the bones turn out to belong to a long-gone local with a scandalous connection to the orchard, stories of the spooky figure roaming the forest at night once again rise up from the past. Now it's up to Erica and the rest of the Otter Lake security team to expose the identity of the killer. Will they be able to lay this ghost to rest, or will this witch hunt be their last? So basically, what I feel like I'm going to do, I think I'm going to start this on Halloween, so I get, like, those Halloween vibes. But it sounds like it's going to go through past Halloween, because Halloween is only 24 hours, and it doesn't take 24 hours to catch a killer. It takes a lot more than that sometimes. I mean, it can, but this seems like a notorious killer that's been killing for a little bit. So with that being said, this will go into November as well, I believe. So it'll work out perfect for a November TBR. Just started the last day of October. Alright, next I got What My Sister Knew, and I picked this one up because of the trees in the background not having leaves, you know, starting to get that fall vibe going. It says, currently wanted by the police. If you know anything about the suspect's whereabouts, please call. I look up at the TV screen, and the face of my twin brother is flashed across it, life-size. It's a shock that makes my breath catch. This is my brother as an adult. My brother whom I last saw 15 years ago after the fire that killed our parents, covered in soot, clutching a lighter in his hand, his knuckles stark white against the dirt and ash. Everyone always said he'd grow up to be a heartbreaker, but his face has gone instead. The stubble on his cheeks and chin is patchy, and his eyes look dull and dark. My first thought is that it's not him. Not my beautiful brother, the golden boy whom everyone loved. Yet deep down, I've always known this would eventually happen. What did you do this time, Eli? What the hell did you do? So that sounds really interesting. Basically, her brother did some type of murder or something, and yeah. Alright, next, this one's another long stretch, but this is The House Next Door by James Patterson, and if you look in the background, the leaves are gone from the trees, so that means that it's going to be a good one. Now, these are 3 electrifying thrillers and the dangers that lurk in plain sight in this book, not just one book. I mean, it's one book, but 3 stories. So the first one is The House Next Door. Mother of 4, Laura Sherman was thrilled when her new neighbor invited her on some errands, but a few quick tasks became a long lunch, and now things could go too far with a man who isn't what he seems. The killer's wife. 6 girls have gone missing. Detective McGrath knows the only way to find them is to get close to the suspect's wife. Maybe too close. And we are not alone. The message found by disgraced Air Force scientist Robert Barnett will change the world. Now he's the target of a nationwide manhunt, and Earth's future hangs in the balance. Okay, so that's what those are. So that's 3 more books, technically. Okay, I found these ones. I'm not 100% sure, but again, they have like forest vibes. This one actually would fit the best because this one is actually like, if you look, the trees don't have leaves. So I think I'm going to put this one back. So I have Sweep Book of Shadows. Something is happening to me that I don't understand. I see things, feel things in a new way. I can do things normal people can't do, powerful things, magical things. It scares me. I never chose to learn witchcraft, but I'm starting to wonder if witchcraft is choosing me. And necessarily, this does not have anything to do with October. This, maybe it does. I don't know. All I know is that it's got fall vibes on it. So this one definitely has fall vibes, or they're being burned alive or something. I really don't know. But this is The Becoming of Noah Shaw. And it's the something of Mary Dyer. Yeah, I don't remember the first one. It's something Mara Dyer. But this one says, everyone thinks 17-year-old Noah Shaw has the world on a string. They're wrong. Mara Dyer is the only one he trusts with the secrets of his future. He shouldn't. And both are scared that uncovering the truth about themselves will force them apart. They're right. In the first book of the Shaw Confessions trilogy, the companion series to the New York Times bestselling Mara Dyer novels, old skeletons are laid bare and new promises prove deadly. This is what happens after Happily Ever After. So this is the second book in a 3-book series because the trilogy is 3. I read the first one, loved it. I think it was like the something Mara Dyer. I know that much. And then Noah was in there with her. And this is the Noah Shaw one. And then there's one more. I don't know what it is though. Alright, so this one is like a huge stretch. I saw this one all October long. Everybody was reading this for October. I'm a little behind. But if you look, the trees almost don't have leaves. There's only like a few leaves. But this is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Brigid Kemmerer. And I haven't read it yet, so... It says, fall in love, but break the curse. Cursed by a powerful enchantress to repeat the autumn of his 18th year, Prince Rain, the heir to Emberfall, thought he could be saved easily if a girl fell for him. But that was before he turned into a vicious beast hell-bent on destruction, before he destroyed his castle, his family, and every last shred of hope. Nothing has ever been easy for Harper, with her father long gone, her mother dying, and her brother constantly underestimating her because of her cerebral palsy. Harper learned to be tough enough to survive. When she tries to save a stranger on the streets of Washington, D.C., she's pulled into a magical world. Break the curse, save the kingdom. Harper doesn't know where she is or what to believe. A prince, a curse, a monster? As she spends time with Wren in this enchanted land, she begins to understand what's at stake. And as Wren realizes Harper is not just another girl to charm, his hope comes flooding back. But powerful forces are standing against Emberfall, and it will take more than a broken curse to save Harper, Wren, and his people from utter ruin. So... everybody has been, like, talking about this book and everything. I've heard of it. I bought it on a whim because it was not $16.14 at Walmart. It was way cheaper, actually. This was, this one was from, oh, my cover's ripped. This one was actually from, Thrift Books. I got it for, like, $4 or something, so there's that. Next, I have Gone by Shirley McCoy. If you look, like, there's leaves on the ground, but not on the trees, besides the evergreens in the back. This one says, Agent Undercover, Identity Exposed, the FBI Special Crimes Unit series continues. FBI agent Sam Sheridan's mission is to take down a human trafficking ring and save missing teens. Until he witnesses a kidnapping. Blowing his cover, Sam rescues Ella McIntyre, but she's not safe yet. While searching for the truth about her cousin's death, Ella came too close to a dangerous secret, and now only Sam can protect her from the men determined to silence her. So, just, like, it's short, too. Like, it's small-ish, kind of, maybe. Yeah, it's only, like, 200-something pages. It's 219 pages. So, that's what the epilogue. Next, I got Ghostwood Song by Erica Waters, and this is my signed bookplate one. You guys see, this is, like, one of my special copies. It says, if I could have a fiddle made of Daddy's bones, I'd play it. I'd learn all the secrets he kept. Shady Grove is her father's daughter through and through. She inherited his riotous curly hair, his devotion to bluegrass, and his ability to call ghosts from the grave with his fiddle. That cursed instrument drowned with him, though, when his car went off the road, taking with it the whispering ghosts, nightmares, and the grief and obsession that forced her daddy to play. But Shady's brother was just accused of murder, and so she has a choice to make. Unearth the fiddle and the nightmares that chain her father to the grave so she can speak to the dead and clear her brother's name, or watch the only family... there you go, family. She has left splintered to pieces. The ghosts have secrets to keep, but Shady will make those old bones sing. So there's that. That's really cool. A fiddle made of secrets, a song to raise the dead. That's what it says on the back. It's pretty cool. And the last one of my physical books, mind you, is The Last House on Needless Street by Katrina Ward. Now, I'm really confused how I already have this, but everybody claims that it's just coming out. I think I'm in like a Mandela effect situation because everybody says that it just was released. And I have a signed book plate as well for this one. Says, you won't believe what's inside the last house on Needless Street. This is a story of a murder, a stolen child, revenge. This is a story of Ted, who lives with his daughter Laurin and his cat Olivia in an ordinary house at the end of an ordinary street. All these things are true, and yet some of them are lies. You think you know what's inside the last house on Needless Street? You think you've read this story before? In the dark forest at the end of Needless Street, something lies buried, but it's not what you think. From the multiple award-winning author of Little Eve and Raw Blood, this extraordinary tale will thrill and move readers in equal measure. The Last House on Needless Street is a work of incredible imagination and heartbreaking beauty. So there's that, and I grabbed this because it does have that fall vibe look, like no leaves on the trees again. So I did grab that, but I'm just so confused, and that's what I was doing. Sorry, I have allergies really bad here recently. This is a copyright, yeah, this is 2021, so I don't even know how I have this. Yeah, this is a 2021 book. I don't even understand how I already have this. It's been on my shelf, I kid you not, for like since last year. I literally don't understand how I already have it, and it's not like an ARC or anything. I don't know how this even came to be in my possession, you guys. That's the creepy thing. I don't know if maybe I pre-ordered it, but I don't remember pre-ordering anywhere. But it literally just came out not that long ago, and I already have it, and it's in pristine condition, and it has a book plate, and I'm just like, where did I get this from? Like, it's one of those, literally, it's a Mandela effect for me going on right now. But alright, anyways, so I'm going to go on to Goodreads, and I'm going to look up book covers that give you a fall vibe and see what it pulls up. It says that there's 295 books for it. So let me go ahead and go through here, and if I have it as like a one to read, I'm going to add it onto the Ambitious TBR, only because I want to try and also work on my TBR on Goodreads. So with that being said, give me 1 second. Alright, so the first one that pops up, and I'm going to write these down too as I go for November reads, is November 9 by Colleen Hoover, and then Thanksgiving by Janet Ivanovich, and The Heroine by Alex Sokoloff. And then next is Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker. I'll show you what Mooncakes looks like. It's kind of interesting, actually. Mooncakes. I don't know why that would be one, but this is what Mooncakes looks like, you guys. If anybody's read that, let me know, because I really am curious. It says here, a story of love and demons, family, and witchcraft. Okay, so this one will actually work for my mom's prompt as well, which is really great. Teen witch, works at her grandmother's bookshop. Ooh, a bookshop. Where she helps him loan out spell books and investigate any supernatural occurrences in their New England town. Okay, so that does sound a little interesting. I don't understand exactly how that's going to go into, like, fall vibes, but okay, cool. Alright, next I pulled up When Dimpy Met Rishi, Dimple and Rishi #1 by Sandhya Menon. And I think the reason it's a fall vibe is because she's holding a pumpkin spice latte, I believe. Or is that cold brew? I don't know. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and add this one on there as well, just to be on the safe side. So that's, what, 2 added now from the list? Plus the, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so give me 1 second. Okay, I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf by Grant Snyder is another one that I'm going to try and find and add. It's a Goodreads author. And The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson is also on there, so pretty cool. Alright, next there's a book called The Missing Season by Gillian French. I'm not sure what it's about, but it sounds interesting. It deals with a season, so missing in season, so it's lost in November. From the author of Edgar Award finalist Grit and the Lies They Tell comes a tense atmospheric novel for fans of E. Lockhart and Marieke Niekamp about friendship, truth, and the creeping fears that cannot be outrun. Whenever another kid goes missing in October, the kids in the old factory town of Pender know what is really behind it, a monster out in the marshes that they call the Mumbler. Alright, so that sounds really interesting, so we'll go ahead and also add that one as well. and my list just reset, so give me a second. Now, I just thought about this, but I should really be reading, because I still have a few books left to read for this month alone. It also mentions The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, but I don't really know. That's not one that really, like, interested me just yet. Maybe I need to learn more about it first, or give it a shot on a sample or something. Sorry, like I said, this is going to be a very long video, and I apologize. But, yeah, I'm only 100 in of 295, so we're not doing terrible, but we're not doing great either. But at the same time, that's kind of a good thing, because if I had to, like, constantly stop and add and add and add and add and add, I think this TBR would never end. I feel like I might be able to actually accomplish this TBR, to be honest with you. It just really depends. I will cheat a little bit, I'm not going to lie. My boyfriend always makes fun of me, but I will cheat a little bit because I do work a lot coming up here soon. And I will go ahead and listen to some of these on audiobook to make it go a little bit faster, because I think I get 16 or 20 books total that I can take out on audio on the Hoopla app. So I might be able to knock out quite a bit of these, hopefully. But I'm still really confused about this Katrina Ward, Last House on Neela Street, because, like, everybody's been talking about it, and I don't recall ever picking it up. It's kind of, like, really creepy to me still. Like, I'm still trying to figure out where this came from. And it has a book plate. Like, I haven't been getting, like, this year alone, I have not received any subscription boxes. I think the last subscription box I did was probably, no, I lied. I did receive one, but it has absolutely nothing to do with, like, a book that would come in. It was called The Accursed Library, I believe. So, I'm not, like, 100% sure, but it's okay. But yeah, if you guys feel like you guys could do this TBR, let me know. Let me know if there's any books on here that, like, really, you know, make you interested. And by the way, all the physical books I have are actually all the books from my shelves that meet. So, like, my bookshelves are slowly going to start being turned again. Like, as you can see down in this section right here, there's some missing. And then right next to it, there's some missing there. And there's some missing on the top. And yeah, it's looking so much better. And I'm going to be so happy when I just finally get to, like, start turning them more, because I don't have very many books turned. However, I also did just pull out all of my white cover books, or books with snow on the cover, for December already, just to see, like, how ambitious that's going to be. And that's going to be worse than this one, I think. That one alone, before I even go in to, like, do winter vibes or anything like that on Goodreads to bring up lists, is already, like, 26 books. So I'm going to be working between now and December. I'm going to be working on about 34 books for my personal bookshelves, which I think is a great thing. I really do. All right, another one just popped up, and that is Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Power. And that one's, like, one of the newer ones as well. Another one popped up, His and Hers by Alice Feeney. I did do a little bit of a sample on the first 4 chapters, and I really was interested in it, so that one sounds really good also. Another one popped up called Some Quiet Place, The Other Plane #1 by Kelsey Sutton. No idea what it is. She's got, like, a dress of leaves on. It's really beautiful on the cover. And that is all of them. So let me tally these up, and I'll tell you how many books we have to read in November for our ambitious TBR. Okay, so I have 34 books to try and get through in November. I don't really think I'll be able to do that much, but we'll see. Like, I think I'm going to leave these ones, besides the Colleen Hoover November 9. I'm going to leave these ones that I wrote down as my, like, additional to add, and I think I'm going to try and work through these. Now, if I end up DNFing any of these, I will let you know, and I will let you know why, because I have a feeling like A Matter of Days isn't going to be up my alley. It's a science fiction, and I am not a sci-fi person. And then I feel like Book of Shadows is just going to be too, like, witchcrafty for me. And I feel like some of the personal essays in Life as We Knew It isn't going to be as enticing as I was hoping. And then I think I'm going to get too emotional to be able to finish Life After Darkness because that was a really tragic situation. And then I have a feeling Unashamed by Lecrae is just going to be way too religious for me. So there may be some that I'm going to DNF, and I will let you know. But with that being said, yeah, 34 books for November. Let's do it, guys. I have like 3 more books to finish for October, and we have, 4 more days? So I apologize if this is super long, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. If you guys are going to be trying any of these books, let me know. Maybe we can buddy read. Bye!